Hello everyone. Just want to show you a quick case study on the power of marginal gain theory to improve not just revenue but also profitability by quite staggering amounts. So what you're looking at here, if I just jump into full screen so you can see the full extent of the pipeline. All right, so over here we have a simple P&L. It's actually a P&L from a client of ours, so it's a real case study. So you've got 42 million of sales, 24 million cost of sales, leaving an 18 million gross margin, and 13 million of overheads, leaving this company with $5 million of EBITDA. All right, and we just apply a simple valuation multiple to come up with a value of the business. But really, the three key figures are in blue. Now, those sales numbers, the 42 million, come from a pipeline or a funnel. And in that funnel, we have a process of leads turning into contacts, turning into offers, turning into wins. Don't get too hung up on the terminology of whether you want to call them contacts or offers or whatever. But they are buyers progressing down through that funnel. And you start with a lot and you end with a few. So here at the top end of this model, I've actually put in the current Australian conversion metrics for those three steps of a pipeline, where leads turn into contacts, and currently they do that at 33.9%. Then we have contacts turning into offers, and they do that at 31.1%, and we've finally got offers turning into closures, and they do that at 18.5%. Giving an end-to-end conversion, excuse me, of 1.95. All right, so watch what happens when I make some very marginal improvements to those conversions. All I'm going to do is I'm going to improve the effectiveness of my marketing by 1%. I'm going to improve that top metric by 1%. So all I've done is I've gone from 33.9% to 34.9%. It's not a very big improvement. But look what it's done. My overall revenue conversion, has gone from 1.95% to 2.01%, which doesn't sound like much. It's a 3% improvement from a 1% improvement. So that's a 3% improvement in overall revenue. But look what happens when it cascades down to profitability. That's driven an 11% improvement in profitability because we're holding the conversion ratios. We're holding the conversion of sales into margin the same. I'm not touching pricing. We're not touching anything that affects cost of sale. Those ratios are constant, and we've proven that we can make these improvements because they're so small at little, if any, addition to overheads. So that 3% improvement at the top line flows all the way down. All right? So a 1% improvement at one step of the funnel has done that. See what happens if I make that 1% improvement at the middle of the funnel as well. So I'm just going to go from 31.1 to 32.1. All right? My overall revenue conversion's gone to 2.07, which is still pretty bad. I mean, we're converting 2 out of 100, right? But because it started at 1.95, it's jumped now to 6%. So my overall revenue conversion has gone up by 6%, and that's meant my sales have gone from 42 million to 44.6 million. Pretty dramatic flow through down at the profit line to, as you can see, gone up by 23%. What about if I make a third 1% improvement, this time to the offer to close section of my pipeline? See what happens there. Overall revenue, still only at 2.18% conversion, but it's 12% up on the previous year. And my profitability is up by 43%. The power of marginal gain. All right? Then let's make those same 1% improvements 2 years running. So I improve in year 2 by a further 1% at the top part of the funnel, and 1% at the mid point, and 1% in the bottom. So I've gone up by 12. I've gone up by another 12. My overall allowing for rounding, my overall improvement in revenue in those 2 years has gone up by 25%. But look what's happened to my profitability. It's amazing. Now, let's have a look at that another way. Most companies, when they're trying to improve profit, do so by attacking their costs. They attack these numbers here, right? So we're looking for a 43% and then a 32% improvement in profit. Let's see what it takes in terms of cost reduction to get those figures. All right. So I'm just going to I'll zero these back out. Take us back to the starting point. Oops. And then let's see what we've got to reduce our overheads by in each of those 2 years to get the equivalent results. So I'm just going to pick a number. Let's just say 15%. So I've reduced my overheads by 15%. I get to 39. Not quite enough. Let's try 16. 16 gets us to 42. It's pretty close. All right. So I need a 16% reduction in overheads to give me the equivalent benefit of 3 1% improvements in revenue conversion. Let's go to year 2, where remember we needed another 32% down there. Let's see what we need to do in year 2. Well, I'll start with 15 again. No, nowhere near enough. About 20. Pretty close. 21. So I would need to take out from my cost base 16% in the first year and then another 21% in the second year to get the equivalent improvement in profit of a series of 1% improvements in revenue conversion. Remembering again, I haven't touched my sales price yet. This is all efficiency and effectiveness of the conversion of the revenue process. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of RPMG, marginal gain theory. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it valuable.